This is the recording of the last VOD group review that we held on our Discord server. We broke down a match between Team Heretics and Gentlemates on the new map Korod. Hope it can help. Every Saturday we review a tier 1 professional game. We do explain what both teams do and why, and try to learn something. Gentlemates versus Heretics. And we are gonna watch the new map so we can also see what pro teams are doing on it and understand maybe how it works. So before we start, I would like also to do a small introduction as of what I think of the map, right? And how I think it should be played. So I'm not a big fan of this map, and on paper it should be a really attacking sided map, even though we can see that right now it's mostly defense sided. I think the explanation is that right now teams don't really still know how to approach it in attack, and defense is obviously easier than attacking. I think it's just for now that the map is still new, and teams still don't really know how to play on it. That it's defense sided, but once they get to know it better, I think it will be attack sided, and I'm going to explain to you why right now. So the maps that are, if you think about it, the maps that people like mostly. Let's make an example, right? Let's make an example. So for example, Heaven, right? If we take Heaven, people like it, and it's easy to play and understand because before we get to the site, and this is actually how usually sites are made in CS as well. How usually maps are made in CS:GO as well. So before we get to the site, yeah, there is an area that both parts to get to the site have to fight for. Okay, so both parts have a place that they can conquer thanks to abilities, team play, etc. And then once they have the space, they'll execute into site, right? So it makes it better for both parts actually to have this sort of space. And usually it's easier for the attackers, or sometimes it's easier for attackers, but usually it's like 50-50. You know, it's how I think, in my opinion, the better maps usually are made. Apart Heaven, we also can take Ascent, which is as well space for which you have to fight before getting to the site, right? So as well, and both those maps are really liked in the community. So and if you take a map that people usually don't like, for example, Abyss, you might say that people fight for this area. Mid is non-existent, right? Because mid is, you cannot play for mid. So if you think about it, you might say that people fight for those areas, but they actually don't, because defense just stays side all the time, and this area is free almost every time, right? And that's why maps like Abyss, for example, is kinda hated, if you wanna call it that way. Apart Abyss, we can also make an example of Breeze, for example. If you take Breeze, it is kinda similar because people don't fight for those areas. Apart mid, which Breeze is better because on mid you can actually fight and do some splits, and people fight for mid because it is existent on this map. So that's why it's a little bit better. But to get to the site, like here are the barriers, right? People usually don't fight for those areas, so it's just like an execution and everything works for mid. And Corroded is a really similar to like Breeze, for example, if you take it, because you can't really fight for this, like in defense, I mean, yeah, because it's really difficult to fight for these small spaces where you have a lot of corners, and you can try to fight for it, but it's like difficult and you're really close to the barriers. Yeah, it's really similar to what you have on Abyss and stuff like that, right? And we're gonna see, but I don't think they're gonna try to fight for it to make it easier. The defense has to fight for those things to make it a little bit easier for themselves, but I don't think it will be like super easy for them as well to do it. Okay. The good thing about this map is that you have mid, although, which is really important, although this part is like just defense sided, it's really difficult. Basically by getting here you're almost getting to their spawn. So when you go B, you just execute straight. And when you go A, you can split, which is good here. Actually, probably this is one of the most important spaces on this map to fight for, I think. Because if attack gets this, then it's really easy for them to just split side. And the side is obviously A side. You cannot hold it basically, because if you hide here, you're gonna die. You can just play from CT, maybe. But still, it's really, really, really not safe at all. And if you do try to fight, you're probably gonna face like a lot of the attack sides. Just that they're just gonna be rushing at you, right? So kind of difficult from that point of view. Agent wise, since this map is so big, guys, I do suggest to play someone. Doesn't depends on the range. So for example, I wouldn't use Killjoy here. I wouldn't use Chamber here. I wouldn't use Brimstone here. Try to pick, if you wanna select an agent as a smoker, I do suggest Astra. I think Astra is the best solo smoker on this map. Let me just make the agents a little bit bigger. Okay, Astra is the best solo smoker in this map. If people don't really like Astra, then Omen is good as well. With Omen, it's best to go with a Viper because of two smokes aren't just enough on this map, because only to take mid is like you need to smoke here, and then you still don't know if you have the second one, and what if you want to smoke here as well for make it easier, I don't know. And then when you're trying to go side, you will smoke here as well, or what, like if you rush, then maybe, but like when you go even on B, it's you smoke here and here, and then if you rotate, you have not like smokes wise, two smokes I don't think would be really enough to like take mid control at the same time and going for a side. You know, that's gonna be really difficult for to do on this map. And that's why you will see, and I've already seen most of players use Viper with Omen of teams. Almost every team use Viper with Omen. I think the it looks defensive, but I don't think it actually is that much defensive. As just for because you cannot really fight like apart mid, defense really cannot fight for like much, you know. I think I'm pretty sure once they learn how to attack, they will 100% get better with attacking here. Because A side is really difficult to hold anyways. B side is like the most problem because on B you can kind of hide, you know, a lot of tight spaces here. But yeah, I think once they get the hand of it, I don't think it will be much attack sided. Also because of the rotations that the defense have to do. Like these rotations are super, super massive. The same problem that you have with ABs and Breeze, you know, same kind of style. So because you see, if you look at it, if you compare it, it is really similar. Yeah. And Breeze is an attack sided map, by the way. Yeah. Like it is really similar. Yes, it's more open, but the fact that it's more open, it just changes the agents that you play, not much else, you know. ABC is the same. So like here you're gonna play Fade is great on this map, but Sova is playable, but he's not great. But on like Breeze, you're gonna play Sova because the map is much more open, and Fade is just really really bad, right? It's like agent depending, but other than that, I don't think it will be much defensive. I still need to see. Maybe I'm wrong, but on paper it is how it is. Like this is how it is, just by looking at it, right? Then once you play it, maybe it will be different. But as I said, it's probably just because defending is easier at the beginning. I've seen some games when attack side that just was like they just destroyed an attack side. How the Fade is better on this map precisely, or so on this map precisely, Fade is much better because I can even show in game. Because first of all, there are a lot of you see these spaces like the roofs. You can use them for the lineups, which is really really. I think there is a lineup already now that you throw from here that goes here, and look how much space. Like it's really easy, right? So apart lineups wise, which works here, they work here as well on the roof. They work even here. You can throw a lineup that probably goes here, I think, 100%, and spots you here, this area. So apart having the possibility of throwing those lineups on the roofs, which you don't have on Breeze, for example, yeah. Apart that, pair prowlers, as you said, because of the tight corners, her prowlers make it really, really, really easy to check corners, right? With Sova, Sova is really good in maps that are much, much more open, because here, like even the arrow, you can throw it like here, but it's not like as impactful as a Fade Reveal, Fade Eye right here. And plus his drone is much better in like open areas instead of closed areas because it's slow, right? And you have only one. So that's what makes the difference. It is still playable in this map, but I don't think they will be like, in fact, if you go see, they played both Fade and we can see even others, but I think we are gonna only find like one Fade. So, one Sova, sorry. So they just play Fade mostly. Um, so yeah, I will go like Astra, Omen, Fade, Raid is really good, Yoru, Cypher, Vise, those types of agents. So agents that don't depend on the range, right? Glove, for example, Glove I wouldn't play for sure. As I said, because of the range of the smokes, right? Since the map is so big, Glove and Brimstone, they both depend on the range of the smokes, right? So if I even take her now, look at this. If I, in attack, it's not even that much of a problem. Still kinda is, but if I'm on B defending, I cannot even look at this. I cannot even smoke A, right? You might say that you can play mid, but I don't think most people play mid like here. They don't just stay here. And even if you stay here, you still kind of have to go like here, or like you have to go through this area to be able to smoke both sides, you know? Also, Jat isn't great in my opinion on this map. Yeah, she's definitely not great. Yeah, I wouldn't play Jat at all, actually. No, Jat is, yeah, Jat is bad. Jat is bad. I don't have lineups because I just don't play ranked. I study the game, but I don't think you need that many lineups on raids anyways. For ranked, you don't need lineups. When you execute site, you just throw a nade like backside here. If you have to like boom, but just put it like to clear spaces and that's it. So you basically don't need lineups. Um, yeah, that's true. And her boombot is really good like on this angle. Or even when going side, even here, like her boombot can really help you, you know. So I think raids would be the best choice for ranked. Also Yoro wouldn't be bad at all because of his rotations. Neon also can be used because of her stance, and it's really easy to stun like this corner or stun side, yeah, make it bounce. What I don't suggest, guys, is to like go B that much. I think A is the weakest side, and you just should abuse A as much as you could in attack. Yeah, from mid, for example, because you cannot split B, and going straight B, you have to have like a good execution, you know. You have to have like, I think Breach will be good on this map. I don't know why nobody still played him. Um, just my opinion though. Breach will be really good on this map. His ult literally can take like Call of B side. Look at this. Or A as well. So it's like insane, no? I'm still not sure. Like K is good also, but I think Breach, they're missing out on him. Yeah, we have Viper, Omen, Fade, Vise, just what I said. We have a Neon as well. Here we have Waylay, which is interesting. I'm not sure about the Waylay choice, to be honest. Don't really understand it.
Pick right now up to 15%, which is
Do you hear now?
on par with the other regions. Getting a little bit
Okay, hello Nord. We just started with the VOD.
more
Okay,
Viper is nice
so they're playing for mid right now.
as well.
Let's see.
Double smoke set up towards mid means that Mini is already a deep embed and they fail to clear him. But Kajin support, and with that, Gentlemates have 3 kills to open this first pistol round on their defender's side.
And they have control of Spike. This is brilliant.
On par with the other regions. Getting a little bit more Viper is nice as well. A double smoke set up towards mid means that Mini is already a deep embed and they fail to clear.
Yeah, pushing for a smoke isn't really a good thing to do. Yeah, as I said, Viper will cut through B. Again, I literally... So, because on A it's kind of difficult, but on B it makes sense. Plus, this defense helps you to hold mid as well. So Viper is really good in this map. In PC rounds, guys, what you will always, like, not always, but see a lot from teams is that they like to kind of gamble and push together somewhere. And in this precise scenario, Gentleman just decided to go as 4 mid, which paid off.
Support. And with that, Gentlemates have 3 kills to open this first pistol round on their defender's side.
And they have control of Spike. This is brilliant. How does Heretics even
Yeah, it's not
to
winnable.
get this back?
Going through re-ends, it's a deep clear left side, double stack to follow it up as well. Gets spotted.
Yeah, he cannot do much anyways.
The new map.
Yeah, it's not. And I think as well to go even
If you wanna push for a smoke, just flash at least, you know?
further about the
Like, why would you
Heretics and only
push like
teams
that?
that
Is just like, I
they've
don't
ever lost
understand.
to are teams who have gone to an international event.
That is true. Looking at the matchup though, it's Gentlemates that they faced, and every time they've gone against each other in VCT so far.
So they changed their wall. I think the idea here is just to try and either make noise on B before, so they rotate, and then just try to rush A through elbow and plant. I'm pretty sure that's their idea, because it's an eco, guys, so in eco they... Yeah. So in eco it's, you just wanna kinda plant, so...
Well, we've been guaranteed 3 maps, so maybe we get a taste of Bind as well. Of course, that another map we have not seen since the Champs Grand Final last.
I would have expected them to play a little bit like more aggressive, faster. I'm not sure why they're shifting,
Focusing on the present, 3 rifles
because this way they're making pressure. Maybe they wanna TP.
behind this defender's side as Miniboot has picked up the first of the ores.
Yeah, I'm not a
Such
fan of
depth
this.
that you get with the Viper, and you can see the Thorn lineups as well from Mini. The
Probably
orb
gonna
line
try
up
to fake
towards
B.
A.
Taking both orbs, which is great for ult,
Bleed as
pro
much of
ult.
that utility as possible. Get closer towards that dimensional drift by the time we reach Gentlemate's bonus.
games that we can this map because you'll get on a line and be able to shift Gentlemates over towards a heavier side of the map, and that's exactly what's happening here. You look towards the defense, they're starting to
Oh,
move
there's a
mid,
Vice
in
ball.
the mid round.
Yeah,
Well, with a player seeing
and they have no time as well now.
You see Props put on notice, he's found Benji and the rest should be easy enough combining.
Yeah, look at this, they're all here now. I'm not sure why they played so slow in an eco round. Like, you wanna take orb? Fine, let your take orb, but try to like rush, because if you play so slow, then they're just gonna understand where you are, you know, because look at this guy. He pushed up B already, and they started going out as well. So they knew that you're going A. Like, if you act faster, it just will make more sense. Try to plant the spike. But let's see, now it's the bar round, what they're gonna do.
Go blow for blow over 3 maps to a decider. A close opener, but one which
Looks like a default round.
Heretics, felt happy with result-wise in the
Yeah, he has a Marshall as well.
end. Against a Gentlemates side who will feel hard done by after how they performed against Foot.
Yeah, you see, defense is trying to like kind of fight for those areas, but they're not really committing to it. It's like difficult to fight for it because it's such a tight space.
See Benji's Viper now trying to influence the play a little bit. Orb which cuts off elbow side, forces Mini.
This is a great setup with Viper, guys, by the way, because by covering this with one way and this wall, they cannot fight through it. So it just allows you to get all this space, basically. And exactly what Benji Fishy just did here.
Take a more aggressive line, but there is no player to have pushed through either side of the Viper utility just yet.
Just look towards mid in that long line of sight as well that Heretics haven't put a smoke down. They finally do. That's them going to be able to scale up, and there's absolutely no audibles whatsoever for Gentlemates to react off of. So in terms of information, they're at a deficit.
I got the spike.
Spike now starting to make its way over towards B. As you
Yeah,
can
they're
see.
probably gonna go B trying to leave this guy for Lurk, which obviously makes sense. It is actually a good move to like take some space and then leave a guy here or mid maybe here as well. Makes sense. And here and then just leave, so they won't know that there's a guy here waiting for them to lurk or to yeah, to just basically kill them from the back. This is actually a good play to do.
Heretics grouping up in this area.
And this guy who stays in those areas has to be like a sentinel or an Astra, yeah, stuff like that.
Those
Because a lurker, guys, what you have to remember, if you have like duelists or initiators, or even smoker like an omen, you don't want to be lurking because you have abilities that does help your team to take space and push into site, right? But for example, Astra, all her abilities can be thrown from whatever part of the map, and that applies to Viper, which has basically none. She just placed everything she had. She has no abilities left, apart her Molly, but he doesn't even have it, so yeah,
ones I was talking about before,
that's why
providing
he's
Viper
lurking.
will have value as the round drags on.
Yeah, he tried to make some space, some noise here again,
Stall out this push.
and that's why the Neon just rotated.
No second layer. Benji arriving in the area.
He's probably gonna try to look mid. So the reason he's not going through A is because if his team actually succeeds to take B, yeah, actually, guys, why do you think he's not lurking from A? And he decided to leave that space. Let me ask you. Because he could have just waited here and lurk from A, right? But he decided to go back and play from mid. So, to hold mid, no, that's not the reason. Because if defense rotated through mid, they would save time but also be noticed. People will run away from him when they contact B, and instead he could catch people going the fast rotate option for mid and help by cutting off the fast reinforcements that way. Because the team was pushing B, and if he holds mid, he can cut off the rotations. I don't think that's. I mean, maybe that's because of rotations. That's the rotations is definitely a good answer, and it makes sense, right? I don't think that's why he did it, honestly. I think he did it because lurking from A will just require him so much time. Like it's so he needs to make so like go all through this space. It will take him so much. That's the problem. He might not be able to come in time actually. But if he goes mid, then yeah, he can try to catch for sure. He can try for sure to catch somebody. But I think he did it because it's faster. Because ultimately what he wants to do is just to get behind them, right? And even if they rotate from mid, when he's mid, I don't think he's gonna fight them. I think he's just gonna wait until they go through him and then he's gonna lurk. That's usually what they do. Yeah, it's faster. Yeah, I think he's gonna fight from mid later on. That's what like what makes sense because from A just takes so much time and he might have no time left.
Turn it into a lurk. There's not going to be much time to make this one work.
Let's see though.
Heretics.
Time to jump. Only two players here, nobody close. I mean, comeback all the way over towards A. They're heavy on the other side of the map. The delay is good here.
Fantastic. In the 20-second mark, and only just now a Heretic starting to breach the choke and get into the site. Vekash playing around the back, and with the Guardian in hand, he lands the first shot. Quick trade out, effect on coming.
Yeah, he kinda tried to fight.
In hand, he lands the first shot. Quick trade out, effect on.
Yeah, you see, it wasn't a good idea to fight. He should have just waited. He heard them running. He tried to fight them. I think he also tried to fight because his team was not able to get side. I think that's kinda what was it as well. So he had to play. Because team failed to take side, he had to play. But yeah, it wasn't a good idea because, you know, they will expect somebody to lurk mid. Like they know that they have a Viper and they might be lurking. So even when rotating, they're not gonna just look, straightforward. They are gonna look at their back. So what I suggest guys to do is just to like let them go through and then go and then lurk. Don't try to catch them like that.
Will not stop. He's got himself a quad.
Also going out here, it's really, really difficult. As I said, because of how many corners there are, it's really difficult to go out.
Breach the choke and get into the site.
A raid or like a breach here would be will destroy those guys. A raid as well. The nade here will be quite of hand.
With the Guardian in hand, he lands the first shot. Quick trade out in effect on
Yeah, but Vekash just popped off as well.
You get like what one in that, and for that being strong for them at this stage.
Eco now.
Could be exactly
Let's see. Okay, again the same wall. Like, please rush and go fast.
to survive. Looking at the
You see, again trying to fight for this area, because if they don't fight for those areas, guys, if they don't fight for those areas, they're
they have on their team, the roles, and with Kamek picking up Viper now in 40% of his matches, kind of pivoting away from being that main initiator.
yeah. I actually played with Vekash. That's fun.
Does just spot the first
I didn't get it at first. I was like, what is he talking about?
Heretics players. The double controller is really strong, and if Heretics aren't dealing with that utility early on,
Yeah, you see, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted them to do. Go through, because this wall is really good, guys. If you end up playing Viper on this map, take this wall and this lineup. Just learn it. It's really, really good because it allows you to take this area. And ultimately, if you put this down, you can also just rush A and go plant. Yeah, I think that's the idea. Yep, exactly. The only problem, they still played too slow. They should have been faster. Like, go faster. Look, because they played so slow, 3 players are here already. Like, why are you so slow? Go faster. It's an eco. Okay, let's see this Byron though. So before they ended up going B. Yeah, I think, look, going up B, guys, I really don't suggest. I mean, we are here to analyze, right? Everyone makes mistakes. So I really do not suggest to go B, guys. B is like, it's like, I don't know, almost impossible to go through it. I think A is so easy, and I think after the pause, they just took a pause. They're in fact gonna be trying to go A, which is easier to put. Yeah, they're 5 stacked A.
right now, Miniboo, they've been building towards this dimensional drift, have Heretics. And they do look to be just brute forcing their way towards A, getting through that first.
I would honestly just fight for this mid, A, and leave like a trap B and lurk here eventually. Like put a lurker there. Or if you have like crazy ults as Raid's ult, or if you have KO ult, or yeah, stuff like Astra, I don't know, stuff like that, then you can try to execute B just with some ults. Yeah, that's how I would play on this map. And that's how I think it should be like played and played in ranked as well. Because playing in rank like they play here, it's obviously difficult. So I'm trying to, to make it easier for you guys in ranked as well, to comprehend and to play it.
And I think that's even highlighted through the last round that we saw. It's about the
Yeah, you're ulted here to clear this area.
Though, and you look more specifically.
Here we go, and I on the roof. Not sure why he TP'd away. He left his teammate alone. Yeah, but look at this. He's dead. How can you hold side? You cannot play side. Look at this. The second guy is playing CT and he's gonna die soon as well, probably. Okay, he ends.
Having their way with things on the A site as it opens up. Still mini floating around in elbow. This is a problem. Gentamates have players.
Oh, but they know. Yeah.
That they do. I mean, having to retake with a knock, but it is comeback with all the players to do it. So
Wait. It is. Yeah, I can wallbang this. I think Odin, like, you just plant here, you plant here, You take elbow and you just spam with Odin. No? That's like insane. Like, nah, they guys for sure. Once they understand how to play this map, it cannot not be attack sided. Come on, like I can just stay elbow. Let me see. Even from like I can wallbang from here. How are they gonna kill me? I will just plant and go like no? Guys, if I were you, I will try this for rank. Just plant in this corner and do it. It's like insane. Nobody can like do anything. And you just and you win. Harbor? No. No, Harbor is not a good choice. Why would anyone play Harbor anyways? Harbor. Well, his ult isn't bad. I don't see his this. Uh, I don't know. It's not that bad. I just don't think like I don't think it's that bad. Not like you cannot smoke mid, but as a second smoker, maybe it has a place to be. It's just again, Arbor is used like a lot mainly for this shield, right? I just don't see where you could use it here. Like I don't think this is useful on this map. You know, you know why they play him on Pearl? Yes, sure. So the reason Arbor is played on Pearl and basically only on Pearl, I will show you right now, is because of this ball. It's because of this. Also, you have seen him maybe on Icebox sometimes. It's the same reason because of the ball. This ball basically just allows you to plant easier in an easier way. So when the site is really open, that's where Harbor allows you because of this to plant in a safer way. So on Pearl, you see this site is really open. That's why the ball allowed players to just do this and plant. The wall also was decent here, but it's decent here as well. Like when you go B side, on B side the wall is also decent. As for A, yeah, on A, I don't think the wall is like it will be difficult to. Yeah, no, on A it's like how do you even wall? Like what do you do? Like something. Yeah, I'm not even sure how to wall on A. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely not great. I cannot even wall A. You see? Yeah, I can wall like Viper, but it's like this is the main thing of Harbor, and that's why he's used on maps like Icebox as well. Icebox side really open, you see? Again, side's really open. Ball here allows you to plant. That's why Arbor is used like on maps as Icebox and Pearl mainly, those two, nothing else. I didn't say in low elo, no. In general, that's why Arbor was played on those two maps. Viper not as a solo though. Viper don't in ranked, guys, listen. For ranked, I suggest Astra. I suggest Astra on on here. I suggest Astra. But since I know that a lot of people don't know how to play Astra, just play Omen. It's fine. Just play Omen. It you will not die. It's gonna be alright. It's not as good as Astra, but it will be fine. Okay. Viper, no, not as a second smoker, right? As a second smoker, Viper. But for ranked, I wouldn't start playing Viper until you reach like Immortal, maybe, because there people start to understand. Like, you see, the thing is, we are watching this VOD, for example, and we see that he does this wall with this mock, right? And the problem that you guys might have is you see he does this, you say, okay, then it's good. You try do it yourself, but you don't know why he's doing it, so you're not gonna be able to actually get any impact from this wall and smokes, right? Now we know why he's doing it. He's doing it to gain this access, this area, and to take elbow, basically. Yeah. And it's not even this difficult to understand this precise scenario. But other scenarios you might like not understand completely what it does. and that way not just use it as it should be used, you know?
Not really doubting him as much. Heretics now two
Yeah, I
players
mean, here, how can you even retake this?
looking to make it work. I can't quite grab more than what is needed and comebacks up.
Save.
Yeah, actually cannot do nothing.
Really more.
Guys, I really suggest, I think this is great. Wait, let me close OBS. I think it is great. Just play Odin as I showed you right now, from here to here, and it's like, you cannot lose. Wait, I don't think it is, but let me just check. No, okay, never mind. But if you like, if you smoke here, you just play outside, and you just beat Odin do this, no? So, Sage, I saw Sage in ranked a lot here. So the walls do make sense, and I don't think they're bad. Let me just clear this up a little bit. I wouldn't play I wouldn't play Deadlock in ranked. So Deadlock is good, for sure better than Sage, okay? If you wanna pick like one of these two, Deadlock is better 100%, okay? Um, the thing is, yeah, the thing is, in ranked I don't suggest it because you don't have traps for the back, and in attack side, it it can be kinda, you know, frustrating to have always lurks and always worry about them. Also in defense as well. If you like, you cannot really rotate and leave B. You have to for sure stay here until you know, right? Because what Vice and Cypher allows you to do is just to place traps and then you can even play A. Like, you know, it's just really much more easy to comprehend, okay? And also in attack side, you will not have the same problems. You will just like trap the here and here, probably not here, probably here, trap here and here, and be safe. You know that you're not gonna be, nobody's gonna lurk. Vaz is really good as well. You just wall. So if because from the start of the round, if your idea is to play towards A, yeah, with Vaz, you just wall B. If your idea is to play towards B, then you just wall A, right? So I wouldn't suggest playing Sage. You can try Deadlock. She's definitely good on this, like decent on this map. I don't know for ranked though, because in ranked usually you don't want to overcomplicate things. What agents roles would you recommend for a duo on this map to maximize impact and complement each other? Usually when it comes to duo, I suggest to go initiator and duelist because it's just easier. So the final goal of the initiator, right, is to like get, let's take, okay, is to get space and kills, right? And the initiator as Fade, I would suggest Radiant Fade, really allows you to uh, help the duelist to get kills because you spot the enemies and he can try to go fight them or nade or wallbang them for you, right? So that would be a good duo. Plus, thanks to the C's that Fade has, with raids it will be insane. Um, Other than that, I think a Smoker plus a Duelist might also do it thing, or Smoker plus Initiator. Um, I wouldn't play Sentinel in duo queue because Sentinel is kind of a solo role, if you wanna call it that way. Like you just lurk most of the times, you play for yourself most of the times. So I will do almost everything is playable apart that, right? Omen can also play with a duelist because of his flash. He can allow the duelist to make aggressive plays, right? For example. Or you can smoke anywhere and the initiator can try to reveal through the smoke and you can spam through it, as an example, right? But everything about apart Sentinel can be good. I do suggest like initiator play duelist. It's like the best probably. Yes, yes. It can be taken as a rule from, yes, definitely can be taken as a rule for all maps, basically. It's just the way the game is played, or should be played, right? Because some people just don't know.
Play for Kamek.
Comeback still hasn't died, even though the last round was lost. That's another thing he's always been good at.
Again, trying to fight for those areas, yeah, as I said. Look at this, take this smoke, guys, you see? Look at this, he's not smoking. Oh, you see, guys, like, this is something that you should take for your ranked 100%, right? Because at the end, what you're trying to do is to learn and to try to apply something for ranked. He does not smoke here, right? He smokes here, like this, I think. Yeah. Yeah. And he holds these smokes, okay? Because you don't want to give this area for free. As I said, if you give this area for free on B and on A, believe me, guys, in defense, you will have a lot of problems. You want to kind of fight, you see, like, they are fighting for it because you have to fight for this. If you don't fight for it, you're cooked, basically. Okay? So take this mock and try to apply it to your gameplay also, and try to, if you see they're fighting through it or you see noise, just go away. Just go away. You don't have to like actually die here, right? But as a start smoke, you see, it's kind of similar to what people do on Ascent with the one way here. Yeah? It's just so you don't get the space for free. You don't want to give them this space for free, okay?
A load of engagement, but as that paranoia comes through,
Yeah, he picked too early here. You see, yeah, they're trying. You see what I'm saying? Go B only on executes when you have ults. Fade ult goes.
good for a kill. And the players of Heretics, well, they're looking
Yeah, I
to
don't think they
take
will.
it upon
Yeah,
next day.
exactly. They cannot lose this round.
Coming in.
A lot of
Yep,
players
here you go.
needed the space.
To the
You see, this is how it should be played. Go B only when you have ults, and together and as an execute, don't go B late in the round. Other than that, play for mid and A. That's it. Usually in our 5 stack, this is our comp. Omen, Viper, Fade, Raids, plus Deadlock. What is your thoughts? Great. I think it's great. In 5 stack, Deadlock has a space for sure, but why? So why when I said for ranked, Cypher is better, or like Vice, is because people do whatever they want in ranked when you're solo queue, right? Solo, duo queue, whatever it is, until 5 stack. So with 5 stack, it allows you to like, you know that they can lurk, and you just play more map control, right? You don't leave anything, because map control is really important in this game, guys, right? So Deadlock doesn't allow you to get, like with a trap here, the map control this space. So you have to have a player here to actually have this space and know that they're not pushing, right? Since you're 5 stack, you can kind of just adjust to that. In ranked, I wouldn't suggest because people just wouldn't care and they will do whatever they want. Yeah, the comp is really good. I think maybe a little bit difficult for, what rank are you? Diamond? Maybe a little bit difficult to play for a diamond 5 stack because of the like you have to really understand it. It's not a fast execute comp. It's more of a steady playstyle, you know.
AoE ability. I don't know, the hinder, right? Is really, really strong.
It's a really good comp on paper, but yeah, you have to play more. Yeah, exactly. You don't kinda execute fast. You don't play fast.
And played as well,
And Team Heretics comps is to play faster, basically.
teammates ran on bind, and that
So it's incredibly on. The pit still in
Going
play.
B again,
The judge brought out this time as
not a big fan.
before. Heretics incredibly direct.
manages to elude the thorns that was expected, but at the same time, look at the position that Gentlemates are holding on to. It's pretty regressed, and Vetkaj, well, he needs to be careful. Slimed in the gap to look.
Yeah, as I said, why would you go B when you have no ults?
And now it's just up to Benji. And a 1 versus 5 and nowhere near the spike. I think this is just going to be another Gentlemates.
Let me see one thing. Oh, sorry. I think the whole half is gonna be like this. Yeah, they end up losing bad. Let's see how the other guys play, because we don't have that much time.
Importantly, next pistol, Kamek, the point man of this excursion through middle, the kill leader as
Okay.
it stands.
So how Gentlemates are gonna play this map?
Meets fans here.
I really like their comp better. Oh, you see, on the roof, here we go.
Ahead and
This wall is good as well. This wall, I don't think it's good.
to the next.
Definitely, like, this wall is kind of, yeah, not great. Oh, no, never mind, never mind, never mind, never mind. I haven't seen this. No, no, good wall, good wall.
Second half, most importantly.
Where are the barriers? I'm sorry, guys, I just want to see one thing. Okay, yeah, that's why he placed the wall here.
Next pistol, Kamek, the point man of this excursion.
If you can, I would wait as soon as the round starts, place the wall of ice here. That's what I will do, and I suggest you to do that. If you can. If not, just do this one. Sometimes I think VCT is partially staged for our players are forced to follow some strat because of contracts or something. I'm sure they know what they're doing, but it might also be that in some rounds they must show that what ifs, how not to play type rounds. Look, so we can see that there actually, and if you're gonna tune in more Saturdays, right, in more these types of WOD reviews, you will notice that they do a lot of mistakes, right? The reason why we're able to spot them and maybe they're not in game is first because I just kind of know the game pretty well. So that's the first thing, right? Um, Second is because in game it's really, really much difficult to comprehend like what's happening because here we see both teams, right? So that helps me to and you to understand what's going on in general, right? And what should be a team doing instead of what they actually are doing, right? But they don't know it because they're in game. So we here right now are just watching and concentrating on like strategical, but they have to also think about all the mechanical part, right? So that's why maybe when they studied the map and prepared for the match, they knew what how they should be playing or etc. But once you start playing, it's different, okay? And the coaches as well. When you just see your team, it's more difficult to comprehend than when you see both, right? At the end of the day, it's just that. And you will notice that the best team in the wars, yeah, that's true. But road reviewing does help you to understand the game better and to how you should be playing. That's why we do this every Saturday because it's really helpful to understand. Plus, you guys end up to make questions that can help in ranked. So yeah, that's why. Also, guys, pay attention to this. Yeah, as I said some time ago, Omen plus Duelist also can work with a flash. Here we go. He is here with a flash. As soon as somebody he sees, so basically what is happening is Bailey. I'll show you, yeah? So you understand it and you can replicate. This is great. You can replicate this in your game. 100%, really easy to do. Bailey is jiggling here, like this. As soon as she sees anybody, Omen flashes, she does double dash, so she dashes here and then dashes here, and does people here are flashed, and she just killed everyone. It's a setup, you see? So this is what you have to do in duo queue. When you duo queue, guys, try to make those setups, okay? As an example.
Through middle, the kill leader as it stands, the Viper, which we hadn't seen any of till today in EMEA on this
I'm not a
map.
big fan of what Team Heretics are doing here. Guys, in defense, oh, you see, that's great. And it does work, I think, no? In defense, guys, I really don't suggest you to play so passive. You see, they have no map control, like, they're gonna lose this round.
At the same time, there's a push
They
actually
like,
through Elo.
on paper, they should be losing this round
Very
if Gentlemates do end up playing fast enough.
Minion main at his own smoke, back to the wall to avoid caught.
I mean, there's two through Link, and then but you've also got to be looking at Miniboo. He's going to be so late to this party, and time's ticking away.
Such a long rotation as well. Just no gate crash available, I suppose. Cash comeback alerted to his countryman's position.
And it's nothing crazy. Like, the reason they lost, it's really easy. Like, I knew it from 30 seconds ago. The reason they lost is because they're playing so passive. Look at this. They have no space. They just have this. They have nothing else. They have nothing else. You have to be a little bit more proactive in defense. Push something, get space somewhere, get information about something, and rotate based on that. Because if you don't, then you're leaving the attack side to do whatever they want. And if you do that, then they're just gonna execute us 5 into sight and kill you based off numbers, right? Now question. Here, from these situations, from this situation, they're pushing up mid, right? Towards B, obviously. You have 2 players on B. Don't think about the fact that he's here and they're really separated right now. Just take them as a whole. 2 players B. Okay? What these 2 players should do to make this situation better? Because right now it's really bad. Those 2 players, what do you think they should do right now? Okay, so the one answer is push up B main, and the second one is to fall back, so the opposite of each other. And the correct one, so full back isn't 100% wrong, right? But scale of 100, right? 80% is to push up B, and 20 is to fall back. As how good they are, yeah. To compare them, like 80% fall push B, 20% fall back. Because the fallback isn't like wrong, yeah. Um, but pushing B main is much better, and the reason is, so they're taking mid, right? So if they're taking mid, they cannot be taking mid as one person, right? And they know it. So at best, you expect like 2 players here. What you can do to not end up fighting versus 3 guys, yeah, just together, take B main control. Then if they take side, you just pinch them from both sides, you see? You just attack them from B main and from here. And that's it. It's much better. And this guys applies to like a lot of situations. Just together take one area instead of trying to hold both, because now right now they're trying to hold both. This is really bad because separated they're much weaker, right? This also can apply to Ascent, even here. If you have 2 people here and they're pushing like they're like this, you can either fall back, which on Ascent isn't a bad choice, but going B main and fight for B main is probably better. Okay? Exactly, mouse. You could retake with more angles when you have B main control, exactly. Instead of just holding heaven and elbow, they have main to worry, exactly. Also, you can, if you're worried about main, just omen, do the flash as you wanna do, right? And take B main control. You have to push something, you cannot just stay side as they did, and they ended up fighting separately. Kinda, okay, together for this, but it would have been better if they fought for this, right? Or also, another mistake is these guys ended up playing super late. Like, if you wanna end up to commit for to mid fight, these guys have to play faster. Yeah? Because they, look at this. They just stay there the whole time. Like, what? Why would you play so passive? That makes no sense. It's not like you were wrong, Manu. Is that push B was the better answer, right? I just want you guys, obviously in ranked, not always you're gonna be able to do this, right? I just want you to know it and to understand it. So you can all, like if you're duo queue with someone, or maybe even in ranked, if you have a teammate that is communicating enough, you can try to do that, okay? Just divide and decide for what you're gonna be fighting. And mid is not the correct choice because people when they take mid, they just take mid as like free usually. Exactly, Gordo. Kinda, yeah, it's kinda that. It's just that fight mid was wrong because mid they are stronger on mid because they have more people there, right? And you might expect them to have more people there as well, right? You're not gonna take mid as one or two because mid is such a big area, right? But if you wanna fight for mid, since you had two players here, you can pinch them 2-2 and then it's better. But they didn't do that at the end. So this also works on a solo queue most of the time, depends on the ranked, I guess. On the teammates more than the ranked, if they communicate enough and they understand it, because this is not something easy to comprehend, right? To push B main instead of fighting for mid, okay? Just try to keep it together, guys. Don't divide each other. Yeah, if you're playing duo queue, try to play on the same side, try to do the same things, try to help each other as much as you can.
But revealed by Vekaj, and he'll
Yeah, look at this. Those guys started playing way too late. Yeah. I remember, guys, one of the first what group works we did was with G2, and G2 when they won Masters, I think. I don't remember. They won some. It was a grand final, I think. They played insanely good. Like never seen anything similar. Always really, really, really on point. Always proactive in defense. Always fighting us together for the good area, right?
on rotation as well.
They were just able to actually put those strategic into life.
Strict the field of view, increase the fog of war of Heretics. As you can see, they're just respecting whatever it is that might be going on right now. And for Heretics, because they are down at a sum of 10 rounds, it means that some purchases feel necessary. Minibooth brought out the Marshal here and is hoping for a headshot.
It's also paired with 3 ends, so obviously one Sheriff Bullet and one
I don't. I wouldn't go mid here. Why do you think going mid here is not a good choice, guys? I mean, okay, why do you think they're doing it first? And why do you think, in my opinion, it's not great? I mean, they are gonna win the round at the end, probably because they have better guns, but yeah. But there are some problems on paper. Yeah, probably we'll see Longsword. I'm not sure though. Because it's a nick round for the opponents and they want to avoid close range fights as much as possible, I think. Okay. Let's wait for the other answers. They're doing it maybe because that's how they won last round, but maybe go towards A this time. Not great because close quarters was Rico. Yeah, this is not great because, as you guys said, completely correct. Going versus close range. No. The reason they're doing this, I think, it's because they're scared of going side because of the fact that people like to stack. In Eco, they like to stack and play like 4A or 4B, right? I still think that A would be like much better. Just go straight A would be much better choice. They're still probably gonna win the round, right? I'm not sure why Rient is playing there. He should be playing like close corners here. Yeah, they end up winning here, but I don't think it was a great idea to do, to be honest. All close corners versus Eco, you don't wanna do that.
comeback has decided not to get an outlaw.
Yeah, he has slowly been deviating away from it. We've seen a lot more Marshall from him, but
Execute ult, execute B. Completely true.
right now
It's
it's
gonna
all
work,
because of Benji
probably.
up close and personal.
Never mind.
Comeback whips round. Right
I'm
now,
not sure why he rushed out like that. Just go on the left, no? You ward like this, take left, wait for your team. Yeah, Benji just failed that. Don't. If your team is not like, you wanna take space and allow your team to push behind you and trade you as well. Like if you do that, either he just misclicked or I don't know. Because his teammates are not able to trade him. Oh, sorry, not Benji Fishy. Come back. Sorry. Come back. So like,
Benji
why?
up
You
close
see? They ulted, but now nobody's able to go through.
strong reaction and immediate
Now
choice
Team Heretics are playing a little bit more aggressive here in on mid, which is correct.
space. Gentlemates feel like they'll have to re-clear it. So many angles to consider. The wall will assist in that endeavor. And that's something else to think about as well, the importance of these split executions. Because of Benji's wall, he's already used a lot of toxins
Not sure why Vakash is here.
to defend
Look, you see, they need a prowler to clear this area.
B main, so he can't
Now they might lose a guy here.
it again.
There's a big question mark towards that top mid, but with the
Yeah,
outpost being used,
a prowler would have helped a lot, no? So I'm not like, why is he here and not Kamik? Yeah, look at this. The initiator dying last. Like,
Recent form and finds one.
as I said, you see, leave a guy there. It's not a bad choice, but it has to be the lurker or like Reina maybe or Astra, right? Something like that.
So good for clutches in his recent form and finds one which
Yeah,
keeps out
that's true, Ashen. Okay, let's see. Last round. Yeah, it's a buy round. Let's see the last round and then it will be for today. Default round looks like taking mid control.
disciplined right now.
Both teams fighting for mid.
I think is a big one to take note of this round because it is going to be a swing round when we think of the
I'm not sure. This is good. Aggressive plays like this. He can always TP. Kinda aggressive, like risky, but I think it will pay off.
Outlaw purchase
Yeah, he just TP'd. It's fine.
presents the fact that Heretics have four
The same smoke, by the way. Yeah, look at this. The same smoke. Take this for your rank. This guy, look at him. Not staying side. Jiggle picking. Yeah. Take this into your rank games, guys. Take this into your rank games.
striking distance on only a light shield. The mid re-clear comes in from the defense yet again, worked well for them in the previous round. Crack from Wu.
Defense, playing proactive. You see? Again, playing proactive.
Leaves him with an empty utility belt. This is one of the reasons why we have not seen a ridiculously high pick rate for Waylay, because after
The problem that I have is like nobody tried to take anything here. Like this isn't really like I'm not sure what gentlemen are doing because they just started mid and for 40 seconds they did nothing. One of the lurkers should have tried to work towards B or A. Try to fight, try to show his face, try to do anything, like
that initial
something.
he wants to be
You see, look at this.
a ridiculously high pick
They
rate
were
for
proactive. This
Waylay,
is great from Team Heretics. Look at this. This is great. This is how you should play in defense.
because after you
They were aggressive in mid.
use that
Now they're not anymore because they just pulled back. Instantly aggression on B.
you feel very short-handed, so he's going to have to put his body on the line. He wants to be useful.
Instantly aggression on B, which is great.
now for Gentlemate start to move towards A, but so do Team Heretics.
You see, look at this. Now they expect it's A because nobody showed its face on B. They pushed B. I'm not even sure where he is here.
Scale towards A. In the meantime,
Yeah, this smoke is great. Look at this smoke. Great to go through here as well.
close by.
I'm not sure why people don't like take elbow though.
Open. The one deposit is Vekash. He will soon be arriving with the rest of his team.
Start here. There's a player close.
Why? Like, what is that? Why is Viper picking first? Why are they not using the Prowler or the Omen Flash? Like, what is going on here?
Won't be many booing when
Yeah, you flash now? Now it's late. Look at this. Oh my god.
A lot of this
That's why
ground
Gentlemates were
still
bad
have
last
the
season.
elbow.
Like, they're using abilities that should open the fights when the fight is ended. Like, it doesn't make sense.
are going to go investigate and seeing if they can get more space, and they will do successfully. Boo now
Okay.
completed, and many will get him. We're back to a 2 versus 2.
Of those players.
Yeah. Do you think this is a great position? Just last round, guys, yeah? Do you think this is the great thing what Gentlemates are doing? Like, who has the better position here? The most chance of winning the round? What's your opinion on the Outlaw? Outlaw is good, yeah. Even if there's smokes, I would still play it. Why not? As the anchor, when is it the best time to get more space there in B main? Don't go too deep though. Don't go too deep. You see, he never got too deep. Don't be too aggressive. Get more space when you see they're making a lot of noise A. For sure. Yeah, they're making a lot of noise A. If they're mid, you can like kinda just jiggle here. I think because they still might be holding you. So I wouldn't be playing more aggressive than when they're still mid. If they're a lot on A, then yeah, you can try to push there after like 40 seconds, right? It's like 1 minute left, then you can start moving. So, they're separate, can trade each other. I think Team Heretics has better odds, even with the worst guns. If they push side, they've got a 2v1. Defenders, more space to swing together with no punishment. Team Heretics has better utils left here, I think. Benji could go crazy and get 2 on the timing, but I'd require Team Heretics to basically just sit still. I don't think the plank is super impactful. Yes, it's completely right, guys. I believe Gentlemates will lose this round until they will lose 90%. Yeah, like it's not 100% only because one of those guys can like pop off, you know, and get like super insane kills. Other than that, yeah, they're separated. It makes no sense. And not only they're separated, but this guy is pushing. He should be taking time, no? To allow this guy to lurk, right? Take time so he can lurk. Why would you push?
On the Heretics side, retaking on the corner. Prox push to the wall. Mini is the late dagger in the back. Benji finds his and spins around to try and find his former teammate. Mini looking for the
They
jewel.
won at the
Winning
end.
it. Push to the wall. Mini is the late.
Yeah, Team Heretics definitely played it too slow. They had the better odds.
Taking
Let's be honest, guys. He got lucky. He got lucky because he survived. Look at this.
those players.
He should be dying here.
Heretics side.
He got lucky because he survived. And Benji Fishy was throwing his molly. He got lucky.
Corner. Prox push
And
to
also
the
they're playing kind of slow. They should be going faster. Might expect somebody to be... They're not even expecting anybody to be behind it because it's like so bad. It's such a bad play.
wall.
To
Mini
separate yourself like this in a 2v1 and this guy pushing as well. Like, what?
is
Just
the
so
late
stupid.
dagger in the back. Benji finds his and spins around to try and find his former teammate. Mini looking for the jewel and
It's a little bit of both. Usually IGL is just the leader who decides the stars round what to do. Lately there are not many executions. They don't really play executions. They just play more of a default rounds. Executions are off meta, let's call it that way. Mid round, EGL usually is the one who decides the most, but everyone has room to speak and give an idea. Usually, yeah, usually. And they obviously practice executions as well. EGL just in-game leader just decides when to do it, mainly. Like the play of lurking here, it wasn't even that bad, but like this guy has to take time. Why would he just got lucky he survived, literally just got lucky. And he got lucky and like for sure because after this they don't win a round. So yeah, he did got lucky at the end. Luck ended up here. Yeah, I mean this was luck. They won by luck, not by good play here. I mean, if you're talking about this round, Mouse, I don't think this wasn't an execution. This was just them trying to go side, and it was bad. It was really bad. Okay, we're done with this session, guys. I tried to explain to you as better as I could the map and give you something that you could use in ranked as well. If you have any other questions about anything, even other maps, opinions, I'll be happy to answer. Yeah, remember guys, most things you notice fight for those areas. Go B only when you have ults. Otherwise, just play towards A. The smokes that he used here, also to play here aggressive, right? And don't forget about the audience play. I do think that audience play can work. That's right, Johnny. What do you mean? We just watched it. Like the next one? I've said this was the last one anyways. I don't think there's gonna be anything like much to see. They just lose. Yeah, that's true. Uh, yeah, they do that a lot. He did that in fact. One more thing is he did TP'd here a lot with Omen in defense. I mean, IGL in ranked isn't a thing. You just kinda do some random calls sometimes and that's it. I want to know what is it we can possibly do as a duo if things go south with our team. If there is no chemistry, flow, momentum, or clean comms, is it a lost battle or can something impactful be done? If you're a duo, just try to make your team follow you, basically. Try to make your team follow you if you can. And that's it. That's the best you can do. I would really suggest to have a duelist there, and the duelist should be a good player and someone who can help the duelist to get sight and kills. You kind of have to like carry the team with you. You know what I'm saying? If there is completely no like flow and they are not listening to you completely, then there is not much you can do. I guess put down your ego and just try to play with them. A side, a lot of players play super aggressive in defense and relying on the initiator clearing corners is never working below diamond. In defense or in attack? About Ace though, a lot of players play super aggressive in defense. If you're Roman, do you just hold your smoke and pray someone else holds the other side? Here, so at the start of the round, I will play here 100%, even if you have nobody here. After like 15 seconds, 10 to 15, if you still have no teammate here that is like watching this for you or something like that, yeah, I wouldn't play there. Just come back to here and jiggle from here, I think. But you have to fight for this area. Leave a trap there. Something has to be there. You know, something has to be here. You cannot just leave it. Oh, we say when pushing A. Sorry. Uh, yeah. So what, as you have seen, what these teams did to take A is you either just smoke here and fight for left. Somebody to hold it. Molly there with Viper. I don't know. Other than that, you can try to smoke this, I guess. You, if you're pushing this alone, it's really hard to do anything more than just smoke here. Yeah, you either just smoke left or right and try to isolate the fight, and one of you just, like, if you're alone, you can't really do much. But if you're with your team, you can isolate it, and one of you just holds the smoke. That's it. And I would hold it from here, if you can. Just the easiest, because when they push out, they're not gonna be looking this, you know? Either here or this smoke. Here you can actually one way as well, I think, no? I mean, Viper did, but Viper smokes is bigger. Yeah, it doesn't really work. I mean, you can just wallbang this, I guess. Mm. Yeah, if you play Viper, then you can Viper wall, but in ranked, they usually don't play Viper, and I wouldn't suggest it. Just overcomplicating things don't really go that well in ranked usually. Okay, last question, guys, and then and then you're done. Would maining Omen and Fade be viable for all maps in terms of versatility? Omen, not all maps now. Definitely not all maps. Omen, I'm gonna go through this fast, okay? Omen is playable on Split, Pearl, Lotus, Heaven, Fracture, Bind, Ascent, Abyss. Yeah, on Anchor Rod. I wouldn't play Omen on Breeze, Icebox. Yeah, just Breeze Icebox, I think. The others should be fine. A Sunset also for Omen works. Yeah, apart Breeze and Icebox, you can play Omen basically everywhere. As for Fade, yeah, I wouldn't play Fade on. Yeah, no, Fade is definitely not playable on some maps. Heaven, on Heaven, I wouldn't play Fade. Breeze, I wouldn't play Fade. Abyss, I wouldn't play Fade. So, Heaven. Heaven Breeze, Icebox. Heaven Breeze, Icebox. Abyss. Yeah, on all the others, yeah, you can play Fade. Harbor on Abyss. Yeah, Harbor on Abyss is actually playable. Definitely playable. Best map for KO after Ascent. Icebox? Either Korod or Icebox, I think, right now. Pearl also works. Either Korod or Icebox. Pearl also is good. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not like the best. You can play him. Icebox, Korod. Yeah, those two for sure. Arbor on Abyss is good. I find myself always lacking mechanical skills. Is there a way to improve this other than improving aim? Yeah, you have to improve your peeking basically. Your peeking, pre-aiming part is really important. How you peek, if you do mini strafes, is your cross placement always right? All that is really matters as well. B attack wall options. The best we've seen here on this map is this wall right here. They did. Where's Korod? They did this, I believe. Actually, Arbor on Abyss is. I like it. I think it's good. Yeah, definitely. In defense, he lacks on Abyss. In attack, he's good. In defense, he kinda lacks. That's for sure. But I think you can play him. Bye bye, bye bye. Till why Fade is better than Sova in some maps and that Omen isn't always viable. Fade is better than Sova on small corners. Askorod. And also when you have like roofs that you can reveal, right? So here she can be played. Fracture as well. There are some good reveals here that you can do. And you can also clear this area, clear site, clear sand. Um, Pearl, again, roofs, really, then small corners with prowlers, yeah. And Sova is just better on open maps like Abyss or Breeze. Oh yeah, sorry. I thought you were asking. How can I isolate and train picking mechanics in practice range? Okay, last question I'm gonna be asking, guys. This is the last one. To get better with picking, you have to practice it in that match. I suggest also going to custom games and try to pre-aim. It's all about pre-aiming basically. Because let me jump into the range to show you. When you pick, it's all about common positions. It's all about pre-aiming, right? Because if you pick and your crosshairs are ready on the enemy, you just have to shoot. You don't have to do anything else. So pre-aiming is what really helps you. But pre-aim only common spots, right? So for example, common spots, if you take ascent, right? The common spots, this is something you should pre-aim, this is something you should pre-aim, this, here. You can pre-aim this as well. You can pre-aim here when you go peek forward. On A you will pre-aim this, cabin you will pre-aim here, this you will pre-aim, right? Other than that, you will just shrug. So because when you end up picking, yeah, if you have your crosshair exactly on the position you want to pick, you just have to shoot. So that's what really helps, right? Okay, this was the last thing I was answering, guys. For other questions, keep it in mind for the next WOD review, okay? And I'll see you next Saturday.